Carrie Leonardini is a women's health and fitness transformation coach. She went from corporate girl to entrepreneur, where her passion for health and fitness became her mission, and Strong and Fit Christian Mom Coaching was birthed. Carrie offers private coaching, health and fitness programs, and courses for women who are ready to stop the excuses and put their health back as priority number one. Welcome to the show, Carrie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited to jump in with you. I'm eager to jump in with you and just find out how you ended up in the business you're in. But I'd love to know, like, where did you start? Because, like, most of us, we're not in the business that we started in. We're doing something different than we used to. And so I'd love to know, like, where did you start your business venture? And how did you end up where you are now?
Well, before I became an entrepreneur, I was an escrow officer for about 15 years, and I really enjoyed it. I was great at it, but it was very, very time consuming, draining, and I felt pulled between my children and work. And I was like, something's got to change. I've always been into health and fitness. I started that journey about, Lord, how old am I now? Probably about 20 years ago, of just getting my feet wet of what it meant. I had gained some weight and I was like, how did this happen? I've been at the same size for what's this? Of course, it was when I was engaged and getting married. They call it, you get fat and happy when you get
right.
So that happened. I was like, what? And then I started like, oh, I guess I'll go to the gym. I had no clue. So I started my journey of that. And every year just learning more and more. And I got to a point in my corporate career where, like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I was done. I kept talking about leaving. And I went and got my personal training certification, did some studying, and decided, okay, today's the day. Gave my notice and I stepped out. So I did start. I had the mindset that if I build it, they will come. It's not quite the same as the Field of Dreams movie.
Right.
I just learned that the hard way. Thankfully, I had savings in place as I learned this lesson. So I started with doing in mobile training. So I would go to people's homes in a certain radius of my home, and I would go and train them. And then I decided that I needed to have some more interactions with other coaches and trainers. And so I started working at a small studio and taking some clients at a studio. Then I went in working at a Stanford hospital in California and working as a personal trainer there, but also as a trainer for cancer patients or cancer survivors. I took them through a 12-week program to help them regain their stamina, their endurance, and their balance, which cancer patients suffer from through chemotherapy and radiation. Their cognitive work is off, mind-body connection is gone. And so really working on a proven program to help them with that. And the transformations were huge. And that was a huge part for me of just having that and seeing all these transformations happen at once. And I started teaching some group classes. So I love that group vibe. Left that when COVID hit and focused more on just my one-on-one personal training. And then I decided, you know what? I want some more time freedom. I realized when I was pre-COVID, I was working probably 50 hours a week. I made my own schedule, but I was going from 5 in the morning until 7 o'clock at night with some breaks in between. But I realized, oh, that's too much. I don't need to be doing this. So then I decided to move my business online. So I embarked on a journey over the last year and a half of creating a business, an online business. So all my clients have moved online that have decided to stay online. I've created courses to take the clients through group training and also my one-on-one VIP coaching that allows them to get that really hands-on to get them through and get them creating a lifestyle where they are feeling stronger and more fit and empowered. And that's where I'm at today. I have multiple ways that women get to work with me, from my online fitness platform to my in-person personal training for limited clients, my online personal training, and my one-on-one coaching and courses.
That is so cool how you just like made a decision. This is what I want to do instead. A total shift. Because a lot of times it's like a natural progression. It's just a total shift into something different. I think that's fun.
Yeah, no, COVID definitely was like, I was thinking about online for a while, and COVID really gave me that, here you go, you're doing it. So I invested a lot of money into coaching and programs and finding out and realizing that I really didn't need to do all the programs that I signed up for. And realizing more, it's like, what do I want? What do I want my business to look like? What do I want my life to look like? How do I want it to feel? And then looking for those people who are living that lifestyle that I want and doing the things that I desire and learning from them.
Yeah. So when did you, so I know COVID shifted and you brought everything online. Did you start with maintaining those private clients first and figuring out how to work with them first? Or what was the progression of that into like the group and online
Yes.
courses?
So I started when COVID hit, the clients that wanted to stay in person, we stayed in person. A couple moved online and were remote. And then I started with my income dropping off. I got back into mobile notaries. So I would go to people's homes and go do sign offs. That was very interesting with the whole COVID thing of the precautions. That was very interesting. I think I did a couple signs out in the rain. That was fun.
Oh, wow.
Paper and water don't mix.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
top of cars, on the hoods, one person here, one person there. Yeah, it was kind of comical. So that helped facilitate the drop in income as I reassessed where I'm at, where I want to go, who wants to be where, and then start on building an online presence. So I took a coaching course. It was a 12-week course, was all formulated around basically lead generation. You're in groups, you're doing this different types that a lot of coaches will teach you, which that was not for me. It's not how I want. People can find me by just finding me versus me trying to search people out. I don't like the spammy. Hey, guess what? Hi, I love your content. Let me tell you about this. Okay, delete.
Yeah.
That is
No.
spammy. No, don't do that. It's so spammy. I already know what you're doing. That's not how you build a relationship. FYI.
Right. Exactly.
So I've gotten literally like 60 friend requests in the last 3 days. 60.
Yeah.
And therefore I look at the profiles and I can tell, I'm like, you don't want to be my friend. You don't want to sell me
Right. Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I get it. That's a lot of what coaches are teaching people, and I don't particularly agree. So I started this coaching course, and there's one avenue I did enjoy, and it was basically having a master class around a specific topic with your niche. And that was great. A lot of interaction, able to present a program that would benefit them that was about this particular topic. Good success in that. The women had amazing transformation and results in just 6 weeks. But for me, it was learning consistency there and keep repeating that. So I know for myself, some hiccups for me is I get distracted easily. I get bored easily. I'm always looking for that needle in the haystack. And like, what's that magic thing?
Right.
I found out what it is. Consistency. I'm like, oh man, I do the same thing. So that's where, now it's me taking that 30,000 foot view of what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, look what she's doing. That's distracting, Carrie. Why are you doing this? Nope. You said you do this, focus and do it, then go do that.
Right.
And it's taking that honest assessment of where I'm at in my business, what I'm doing, and what I want my business to look like. And so the life I live right now is a life I wrote down 2 years ago. The time free,
Love that.
where I live. I mean, I just moved in February. I have this home that was definitely manifested. It's like 3 times the size of the house I was in before. I have a backyard. I got a 3-car. I have so much space. I don't need it. But I can look out my picture window over here with, great view, and my neighbors I can wave to, their backyards. Like it's something that I've been wanting. And now I'm just moving into that next level of just expanding more.
That's kind of what happened for me when I started my business. I had written out this ideal day that I wanted, what I wanted my day to look like every day. And I had written that out, and I think I'd written it out in 2015, 2016. And would read it here and there and be like, yep, one day that's going to be it. One day that's going to be it. And late 2017, I was sitting there waiting to pick my daughter up from school, and it just like hit me like a flash of lightning, like, this is that day I wrote. Like, I'm doing it. I'm in the middle of it. This is it.
It's such a cool feeling to look back and see. And even, there's such power right there of you wrote it out.
Yeah.
Right. Like you made a statement, you declared it. Like, I put it to paper. It's now not just in my imagination, it's a vision, like
Right.
put it down. And I think that puts that intention behind it, puts it out to the universe, like, yep, this is it. This is what I want. I'm declaring it. Here it is. And
Yeah.
then, we let it go, and then it comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty powerful.
So when you're looking at your schedule and how you manage your time, this is something I've asked all of our guests. What does a week look like for you? How do you balance private? How do you balance your group coaching, keeping website updating, keep doing, we were talking before we turned on the camera about like doing reels and things like that, like those client attracting type of that type of activity. How do you balance it all?
Well, through a mastermind, I kind of made it more concrete and clear. And it's something called a winning list, a winning day list. And so it has up to 5 different items on there to do. And that's how I break my day out. Like I always have a morning routine. So I always get my movement first thing in the morning. I get my hydration in first thing in the morning. I usually have time of prayer first thing. I get up early to do that. And then I connect with at least 4 to 5 people a day in my network, whether it's friends, family, new clients, previous clients, prospects. And then I have 1 personal priority and 1 business priority. And if those get done, I've done my work for the day. I've done my nourishment. I've done that, move the needle forward.
Yeah.
And so content wise, I pretty much make it up every day. I'm not the type of person that really wants to go a week out because I have so much in my head. So much in my head. I don't have a problem with what to say. It's more of having a filter of what do I really want and what is actually going to add value to people.
Right.
So as I mentioned before we started, people reaching out thinking I was a life coach. I'm like, oh, well, I'm a health and fitness coach, but it does impact your life. So that's the content I was putting out because I like to share what I'm learning, and I do a lot of personal growth and development, a lot of spiritual work. So being more mindful again of having specific topics, which I have some different components and tools for social media to help. But I have a commitment of posting at least once a day, have at least 3 to 4 stories up every day, nourishing my private group, sending at least 1 email out a week, and then repurposing content, either YouTube or in an email. So.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to transition in to let you just share some of your knowledge and you, when I reached out to you, you're like, be open to opportunities is what you really wanted to share with us today. And so what does that mean for you as far as being open to opportunities?
Basically being in a place energetically of allowing yourself to receive. And that's something I've struggled with. I definitely have it brought to my attention that I'm out of alignment when it comes to the give and the receive. I do a lot of giving, so the weight scales like this. So in order to be able to give what you want, if you're always here, how are you going to be able to receive here? You're not conditioned for it. So getting to a place of allowing yourself to receive. And I have a mantra that I do multiple times a week of just hand over heart, just reminding myself that I allow myself to receive. I allow myself to be open to new opportunities. I allow myself to be open to my dream clients. I allow myself to be open to tons of money flowing into my account to impact the world. And when we're open to opportunities and possibilities, then we're not limiting what can come in. When we think it has to be this on this date, this time, looks this way, then we are blocking everything that could come in that's for our better and higher good. And so it's just being open. It's having that gratitude where you're at, and then another foot in desire of what you're wanting to achieve. And that helps balance those scales of yin and yang,
I do a similar thing on my phone. I have reminders. And they're set up almost, I don't know, every 1 to 2 hours starting in the morning. And I just have them on my phone. They just show up and I pop up in there and I read them. And so I've got one, that, money will come to me on a continuous basis.
Yep.
I trust myself. Yes, I do.
That's a
I'm
big one.
open to receiving love, and I'm open to receiving money,
Mhm.
which is, and I've got one that says, I'm an incredible coach. Clients are easy. Clients come to me easily. Like, it's just those little things that just reset me. And when they pop up, I just light up. I'm like, yeah, I say it out loud.
Oh, for sure. It's like having affirmations or incantations. And I have a thing
Yeah.
on my phone as well, but it's more of like my morning mantras or my daily mantras. And it's reminding myself, reaffirming that which I want to see in my life.
Mhm.
I do a lot of it through prayer, through gratitude writing or journaling, or speaking it out loud. And when you're in that place, in that state, you truly are open to receive downloads. I had a download I've been wanting. I haven't updated my vision board with it yet, but I have it written down numerous times of my dream home. And I had this download that that dream home is going to have extra spaces where I'm going to be able to rent them out and use that income to be able to fund a nonprofit.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
just download I received was like, oh, and it literally, I felt my whole energy change, my whole body just light up. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Right.
Being a single mom, a solo parent, and raising kids for like the last decade on my own, the strength, the fortitude, the perseverance, the challenges, but also the joys, and then be able to pay it back and help other women, moms that are wanting to create a business to have generational wealth and impact. That would be, booyah, huge. So
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody, and I'm declaring it, because you know what, the more you speak about it, the more you talk about it, faster it comes in.
That's right.
So market, it's here. It's here.
That's right. On its way.
Yes, but I think it's so important. I mean, no matter what level you're at, when you whether you're making $5,000 or $500,000 a month, there's always a level where you have to come back to. I trust myself. I forgive myself. There's always the next level. There's always going to be fear knocking at the door,
Right.
but it's doing things in spite of, and that's where
one of those reminders. It happens at 7:00 every morning. Stephanie, I forgive you for, and I get to fill in the blank. It could be something small. I could forgive you for that, that cookie you ate at 10:00 last night, and then you felt the heartburn when you went to bed, or it could be you really needed to make that phone call and you didn't make it because it was going to be a hard one, and I forgive you for that, but do it today.
Well, no, exactly. And the forgiveness is huge. I think there's a great book by Edwin Gaines, and it's called The Four Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. So whether you're a believer or if you're just spiritual, I mean, these are universal principles at play.
Right.
And one of them is forgiveness. If you harbor any unforgiveness, it holds you captive, not anybody else. But then when you are that way, then your heart's hard and you can't open up to receive things coming in. And that's huge for just allowing, prosperity to flow in, not just in money, but just in life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So those of us who are in this entrepreneurial world can get very caught up in the hustle of, because there's always a to-do list, and that to-do list is never ending. And we can really shift into a place where it's work, 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 work. And we don't rest, and we don't take care of ourselves, and we don't exercise, and we don't eat right because we're just doing. So how does that impact our actual ability to grow? How does that actually get in the way of, if we're not taking care of ourselves, how does that actually get in the way of us achieving our goals?
In every way possible. I mean, if your body is not in a place, your body, your mind, your thoughts are not in a healthy place, you will not achieve what you desire. And if you do achieve it, you won't be able to maintain it. So the stronger you are, the healthier you are, the more fit you are, the more mental fortitude you have, the more ability you have for realizing, oh, it's time for me to take a break. It's time for me to rest. And your self-care is top of your list, because if your self-care is off, guess what? Don't matter what you do that day, it's going to suck. And it really comes down to what's your priority. What do you want in life? Do you want to have this big old business and be burnt out and hating life? I'm a firm believer in, like I said, the healthier you are, the more productive you are, the more impactful you are, the more you're enjoying life, and the more you're thriving. So Every morning I have a morning routine. It's done, period, because that is my commitment. That is a non-negotiable. So I encourage everybody to have their non-negotiable lists. What is it when it comes to your physical health? What about your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health? What are you doing to feed those every single day? Have an intentional 10. Intentional 10, first 10 minutes in the morning, you don't look at any screens. It's 10 minutes for yourself to nourish your mind, body, and spirit. So whatever that means to you, maybe that's moving your body, maybe that's getting your water, and maybe that's committing to eating greens that day. Maybe that means you're doing a dedicated workout, or you're listening to a podcast that provides positive content. Maybe you're writing a letter or a note out to somebody to encourage them in their day. But it's taking the 10 minutes every single day to start your day off right. Then commit to how you want your day to look like. And then maybe that time you're scheduling your top 2 priorities of the day. I don't have a to-do list. Mm-hmm. There's no need for one. It's like, that's why I have my priorities. What are my top 2 priorities?
Right.
What is happening this week, or what programs I have coming up? What do I want to share and talk about? And then having it written out and plugging it into my calendar. And that's what I get done that day. Anything else is bonus. It's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about doing anything else. And that's something I've had to practice because I'm a doer. Do. Let's go, 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 go. And we need to go back more into that feminine energy of relaxing, of trusting, and knowing that, like, what does my day look like? What are the actions? Sorry, oh, my client's calling me. Whoops, I'm supposed to go. I have a client right now. I'm like, crap. But sorry, let me decline that and tell her I'll call her back. But right in the middle of the interview, I didn't realize we're already this late. She's not listening.
We can quickly wrap up. So
yeah,
it's okay.
But yeah, having, what you want your day to look like. What are the things that are happening, and have it down and time block it. Put it in. If you're in coaching mode, stay in coaching mode. If you're in creative mode, stay in creation mode. And so that way you're able to get more done. You have to keep switching hats back and forth. So I tend to have my coaching clients on certain days and my personal training clients on certain days. And then I have days that I have more open, so I can relax. I can go do a hike. I can go meet up with somebody. I have space to allow me to do whatever the heck I want. So if I want to go creation mode, I can do it.
Yeah. So. And I'll say that's a theme that I'm hearing from all of our guests in the show is very intentional time scheduling, intentional scheduled rest, intentional scheduled work time, grouping like activities so that your mind is staying in the same place. So that's just right on track with what I'm hearing from all of our other experts. And so thank you so much, Carrie, for being here, for being part of the show. I'm really excited for our audience to get to know you better. You do have a free gift that is a free 30-minute fitness and nutrition strategy session. So there's a link below for you to take advantage of that if you'd like to talk to Carrie about what you might need to be doing a little bit differently so that you can feel better every single day.
Amen.
Because of small shifts and little things that you do that just clear your mind, clear your body, and you'll just, like I said, feel better every day. So thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.